Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm hoping you guys are all having a fantastic day. So in today's video, as you can tell by the title, we will be talking about a large, powerful, big, I don't know what to call it exactly. I'll probably decide in the title, you'll see what I call it. But let's just go for now with a large storm system that could be large scale over many days, delivering quite a bit of showers, storms, and activity across the upper plains, Great Lakes, and into the Northeast, even the Southeast and Mid-Atlantic. So a lot of activity to do with this storm system. It's pretty big, and it's going to be really starting its impacts as we look into Sunday. Today, there are some storms across the Midwest, but it's probably kind of a precursor system. Nonetheless, a lot of stuff to talk about. I will briefly touch on that, on those very hot temperatures that will be occurring. But just to put this all in reference into a time frame, first, this storm system's going to occur. A giant cold front's going to pass through, potentially again some severe weather with that early next week. After that, a cool down, what I coined the calm before the storm. And then after that, we have that heat wave, which could be blistering across portions of Minnesota, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, much of the upper plains, Nebraska, even portions of northeast Wisconsin, Kansas, many states impacted by that. But first, we have the storm system and hopefully some beneficial rain. All right, before we get into this, if you guys are new to this channel, hello and welcome. If this is your third or fourth video and you're not yet subscribed, consider doing that. Obviously, you don't have to. If you like this video, giving it a thumbs up helps out a lot. And if you have any comments or concern, leave them down below and I answer all of them, or at least I read them. I know yesterday's video I have to answer all of those, but feel free to do so. Okay, without further ado, let's get into this video. Notice right now we have the National Weather Service map pulled up. This is a map of the United States. People may be wondering, why isn't Canada included? I have some Canadian viewers. The reason for this is, well, the National Weather Service doesn't forecast for Canada, so it's a bit unfortunate. Unfortunately, I can't show you that, but I will show you on the weather models what Canada can expect from this. Notice right now, isn't much going on. We do have a few showers and storms. Notice there's a special weather statement right there for southwestern Michigan, and that is to do, well, with a cluster of showers and storms that developed and now is racing towards the north and east. And again, nothing too severe really expected with this, but a few of these showers, sorry about that, a few of these showers and thunderstorms could have some decently sized hail, maybe some pretty heavy downpours, but mainly, just rain, cloudy, definitely good. The rain is needed across much of the United States. Notice across the Chicago area, the radar is looking a bit less active, but again, some showers, some storms. Further north to Milwaukee, there are some showers and storms just beginning to fire up. And if you were to take a glance at the national radar, notice there isn't much going on right now. This doesn't look like a large storm system, well, because it isn't. Again, that large storm system is right here. It's contributing a lot of these showers. Again, none of them severe, but some storms and I wouldn't even say storms, just these bands of light to moderate rain occurring right now across South Dakota into Wyoming, Montana. Nothing, again, too significant. These showers are mainly non-severe and just dropping some rain. This will continue to spin off, and once it gets into the plains, that's where it starts getting significant and severe. So let's start talking about that. First off, let's take a look at the Gfs model. If you're wondering what on earth is the Gfs model and what is this Tropical Tidbits, it's a great website, first of all, Tropical Tidbits. I don't know if I say this enough, but tropicaltidbits.com. This is where amazing weather happens, right? Amazing weather forecasting. And this is one model, the Gfs. It's a long-term model. It's basically a very stereotypical weather model. If you're in the weather community and you hear the word Gfs, you know exactly what that is. It's a pretty good model. Some say, the European is better. Some say the Gfs. Regardless, let's take a glance at what it says. Friday, this is what we have going on today. Notice, right? Those showers and storms getting picked up across Illinois. That's what the Gfs shows. That's pretty accurate to what's happening. Maybe a bit underperforming, but again, the Gfs likes to kind of overpresent these showers and storms. And again, this is average precipitation rate, millimeters per hour. So this isn't really what the radar looks like. It's how much rain you could expect to pick up. But obviously, where there's rain precip falling, you could expect that's where there will be stuff on the radar. So let's go on with this. Notice 1 a.m. This is now 7 a.m. tomorrow. Notice this isn't a big storm. Right there, we see it brewing, and that's its first kind of showing of thunderstorms. Tomorrow, late at night, Sunday, or into Saturday, into Sunday, notice this is 1 a.m. It will be beginning a bit earlier into Iowa. Look at that, Nebraska. the Dakotas, Minnesota, seeing large to potentially some severe, nasty storm systems or storms driving through towards the north, northeast, and notice during the daytime hours it does subside. However, during the evening hours of Sunday and into Monday, again, the evening hours is where they peak in intensity. We see another resurgence across Missouri, right into Iowa, Minnesota, Illinois, and again, these storms, they fire up and they keep moving towards the east. And at this point, it's pretty clear where we see this low pressure. It's centered across the Dakotas, right there, North Dakota and South Dakota. And this again will continue driving many showers and many storms. Notice now into Michigan, Indiana, Ohio as we push into Monday and into Tuesday. Okay, for the exact details of how this occurs and what to expect, please go to your National Weather Service, as they are the best weather source. And you know, it's divided by kind of county watches. So take a look. If you're in Indianapolis, you take a look and you find your location. Either you know it's on the map, what county you live in, you could kind of estimate and click on it, or you could type it in right there and it'll take you to this location. Notice right there, I just clicked on a random location. There's that, there it is. That chance of storms, it's rather low because it'll be scattered, but if you get under one, you will know because it will be a rather strong downpour. Again, just stay up to date. This is now 7 p.m. August 9th. As we push this forward, you may think that it's done for Minnesota. Nope. Look at that. Another resurgence. Tuesday into Wednesday. At this point, it's a bit more scattered. It's a week, but there is quite a bit of activity across the Northeast. More resurgent activity across the Midwest. Again, this isn't like a clear cold front yet. This is just many showers and bands occurring one after the other. Usually in a typical cold front scenario, if you're, if you know anything about the weather, you know this. That there's a cold front that passes through. Behind it, it clears up. There's no activity. It's all out ahead of it, right? But this one, there's these many little short waves that pass through in this case, and right behind them, they continue developing. And that's why there could be some flooding threat if you get storm after storm after storm, right? Or there could be some, a heightened severe weather risk, obviously. If, you get several storms, it's bound that one of them will be rather powerful or nasty. And then look, this is where, look at that, Wednesday to Thursday. Notice that all of the Northeast is kind of seeing showers, storms, kind of day-to-day chances, and across southeastern Canada. Notice quite a bit of activity, showers, large bands of rain, quite a probably a fired up radar, it will look like. And you may be wondering, okay, so that's the storm system. And it's a bit hard to see, but if I were to take a look at North America, notice, there it is. There's our low pressure. Look how strong that is, and there will be several of them. Notice that one weakens, another one forms. So, yes, it's basically kind of the cold front of it that is affecting the United States and southern Canada, while the actual low pressure is residing way up north into Hudson Bay, potentially transversing into some snow showers as it pushes way to the north. So again, by Thursday, we see a one finale cold front push through. Notice, look how long that is. Look how much that stretches out, right? So again, more showers into Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Kansas. This is now Wednesday into Thursday. And as we push this forward, notice, into the mid-Atlantic, into the Northeast, we see those showers. But after that cold front passes through and this low pressure, very strong but very far to the north, kind of dies out, you could see maybe another secondary cold front. There will be a blast of cool air. And that's good because you will definitely want that cool air, especially with what's to come after this. So notice, right? There's our cool air. Boom, there's our shot of cool air. A bit of some cooler temperatures. It might be a bit underdone from this weather model. And you can clearly see, just based off the temperatures, where that cold front is. Notice, look at that little kind of rivet of where the heat gets plowed away, and we see that cooler air. Now, again, this isn't going to be a massive cool down, anything like that, because look, we have insane heat building across the west, and that doesn't just disappear. It spreads into the northern plains, the Dakotas, Minnesota, so that's really not good. But thankfully, according to the latest Gfs model, this only occurs for about 3 to 4 days before we see a more powerful, more potent cool down spread across the United States, which is going to be very nice. But notice, right behind that, more heat building, but then potentially another cool off. So, hopefully that's good. Hopefully that actually does happen, because it's worse when you're stuck in just one singular pattern for just so long. So it's good when you just see kind of changes. But again, I said I will quickly look at the temperatures, and let's do that. So there's our large storm system passing through with its cold front. Notice, let's see, let's go back right there. You can see that's where it is, right? A bit of cool air, 90s, not too bad, but then it quickly heats up, right? 100, 105, 109. That is extremely hot. Again, extremely unusual. There could be some triple digits, potentially 115 plus across South Dakota. But as I mentioned, look at that. Then we finally see that cool off. Look how nice that feels. 70s, 50s compared to 120 across some areas. But then again, the heat may be back, and yeah, quite a bit of that for sure. But notice what's happening across the north. The sun is becoming weaker. The days are getting shorter, and well, winter is on its way, whether you like it or not. And we start seeing more and more cold air spilling into Alaska, into Yukon, and eventually into the Northwest Territories. So definitely a sign of change. Now, that's just one model, the GFS, and yes, that's how long it took me just to show you one model, because there's a ton of information to cover. But we have other models. Look at this, the European. This is, again, one model that people say is better than the GFS, and I'll probably have to agree. So up until really Saturday, there's just going to be these day-to-day threats of these thunderstorms. But again, Saturday evening, it's the first showing of this big storm. Look at that. Showers, clusters of storms just plowing through the Minnesota area into Iowa, Dakotas. You'll be hoping to get some of this rain, because afterwards, those hundreds, they'll dry that up. So, you know, or if you have nothing, then they'll just stick a fiery fork down your throat if you don't get any rain, making it obviously a lot worse. So as we push this forward, Monday and into Tuesday, notice another day of storms further east. But as we push this forward, notice recurring thunderstorms potentially across North Dakota, Minnesota, across similar areas. So that is good news. You know, they may be severe, and that might not be good, but at least the rain will be there. And look at that, Wednesday, the final kind of push of this system, and it finally clears right there. I should say the European introduces a secondary cold front that kind of, well, it's treated as that, but you could clearly see that there's a bit of cool air behind that. Look at that. That is a massive cold front. Again, a lot of areas will be impacted by this. It may seem like it's just the northern plains and the Midwest. No, look at this. As he pushes forward, the south, the northeast, southern Canada, a lot of folks right there getting quite a bit of rain from that. So that is good. And finally, that cold front shoves off, and unfortunately, that means a lot of heat. There could be another low pressure right there, but that mainly stays way weaker and way smaller than the ones we're dealing with right now. And again, look at that. The storm system is way up here, but its cold front stretches all the way down to the Gulf Coast. So that's why it's a big and powerful system. And yeah, these are one of those storms that changes the kind of the dynamics of the pattern. So yeah, we've been seeing the heat way across the west and the northwest, and it has been hot, but nothing compared to what could come. And then notice, once that cold front pushes away, the European only goes out to 240, unlike the GFS that goes up further. But yeah, you could see it starts showing those insane temperatures, lots of heat, and that is all caused by one storm system, right? It's way up here, brings some cool air. What comes up, down, must come up. What comes up must come down in a jet stream world. And notice that is, again, it starts heating up, and it's going to set the stage for a very large and potent heat wave. So that's not good, but hopefully we do pick up some rain. And if you're to take a look at the total accumulated precipitation, notice there are some decent amounts. Look at that, where they need it especially as well. Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Illinois, 4 inches. Again, this is just showing where the heavy rain is favored, but there definitely will be locations that see 5, 6, 7 inches, maybe even some double digits. And there will be some locations that pick up only half an inch or a quarter of an inch. Notice the Dakotas pick up a bit, not enough really, I would say, but at least there's something. I do want to say the Southwest could be dealing with some rain as well, not from this storm system, but from the monsoon, so that's good news. Notice the Southeast does get in on that rain, again, a little bit from the tropics, a little bit from that storm system, bringing that all into kind of formation and bringing it all together. 1 to 2 inches, and in the Northeast picks up even some, maybe not a ton, but they don't really need it that much across the coastal areas and into southern New York, where they've been seeing a lot of rain. But definitely up here there is some dry weather, so they would need that, which again, there's a good chance that they will. So that's the European. If you're to take a glance at the GFS through the 240 hours, which is where the European cuts off, so it's kind of, want to compare at the same level. Notice, very similar, southeast, southwest, the northern plains, a bit less for the Dakotas, unfortunately. But as you to push this even further out, the European the GFS does make it wetter across the southwest. Look at those amounts. That is a ton of rain for the mountains of, I think they're called the Sierra Madres, I don't know. Yeah, I think something with that. But yeah, a lot of rain in the southwest, decent amounts. Nothing really up here, according to the GFS. It keeps it wetter across the southeast, the Great Lakes, and northeast, but not so much upper plains. But again, this is already past our big storm system. This is including a few new systems. So we'll just have to wait and see how that unfolds and see how that all plays out. Now, this is the Canadian model. I haven't shown you this one yet, and this one, notice it only goes out to 240 hours, so it's that first storm system. And what does it show? Well, decent amounts across the Southwest, a bit more widespread than what the other models show. And then across the Great Lakes, it does show decent amounts as well. Favoring, again, the South, the Great Lakes, the Upper Plains maybe. Some areas, you could see 2-3 inches. Other areas, really, not that much. And as you push into Wisconsin, look at that, 6, 7, 5 inches. Again, this model isn't probably as good as I would like it to, the Canadian, but it shows a trend where it's favoring the heaviest of the heaviest rain. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if the Northeast is a bit more wetter than what this model shows. Canada, decent amounts. Maybe not where the largest cities are, but Toronto getting in on that. And again, this could shift still the heaviest axis here to the south, to the north, to the west, to the east a bit. These are all pretty fluid. And just to show you what the what the simulation radar looks like on this model, which I did show you with the European and GFS. There it is. You can see Sunday, the first showing, then Monday, then Tuesday, and then into Wednesday. There's our powerful cold front. Look at that, large storms, and then that does push into the Northeast. And all it takes is one little storm, and you could get 1 inch to 2 inches rain. So some areas won't get that much, but there's definitely inevitable that some areas will see a lot. And like the other models, unfortunately, the Canadian does show a heat wave starting to brew towards the long range. And yeah, you can see some of those anomalies are very, very strong. But first, again, there will be a bit of cool air, which is good news. And you'll want that. You'll appreciate it. I do want to quickly show you the NAM 12KM. This is a short range model that goes out to 84 hours. So it sacrifices its longevity for its short term, for its accuracy. And notice there's some shower storms today. That isn't the big storm system yet. The big one, again, its first showing is Sunday or late Saturday into Sunday. Look at that right there. Boom. Kind of dies down, but then Sunday night into Monday, another showing further towards the south and east. And then look, it keeps going. Right, these little short waves, and towards the end of the forecast, as I showed you, or the storm's cycle, this all consolidates, or it gets picked up by a large low pressure, and then a cold front kind of cuts things off, or finishes things off. But yeah, even up through 84 hours out, some locations could be easily picking up 2, 3, 4 inches of rain, which is good. And again, this is not all done and over with yet. Even at this distance. This is 60 hours out. This is what one model shows. Notice favoring more into Iowa rather than Wisconsin. So you can see those are the differences. The random showers and storms and clusters where they fire up is almost impossible to predict. This is a HER model, a relatively good model that goes out 48 hours. And look what it shows. More across southern Wisconsin. Maybe not northern Wisconsin or Iowa like the other two did, but further to the south. So again, this is what it looks like today. Notice across Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, some storms. And look at that. Saturday evening, a big cluster of storms fires up. But this is more into Friday evening. So that's a bit interesting. The HER model gets definitely excited about these storms. Notice it brings it into Chicago, Milwaukee, La Crosse, right? Green Bay. Just these showers of these lines and bands of storms kind of going through. Definitely an active period for the Great Lakes. Again, you can see Kansas, Missouri getting in on some of that. And that will eventually impact more of the Ohio, Mid-Atlantic, and Northeast, and the Southeast once that cold front gets active. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something new. Hopefully you know what's coming. And I'll catch you all on the next episode, guys. See ya. Bye.